um, let me see what's up. Do I accidentally have a filter on? So I might take it off. Oh, that's an interesting setting. I'm afraid to touch these buttons. Let's see. No, I didn't mean to turn on a green screen. Alright, cool. We'll just leave it at that. Oh boy. So, we're going to do some spiritual chat, spiritual talk, story time, Q of A, and more. So, in the last live stream, I was talking about a story that was really interesting of an out of body experience, astral projection, a mystical experience that I had years ago, well over a decade ago. And I wanted to share it again here. So, this was not my first time going out of body, but I had many more out. So I went out of body, and when I was out of body, it was just as real as here, just as real as the physical world. And I'm literally grabbing people and I'm touching them. And I'm like, wow, you're real. You're real. And they're looking at me kind of like I'm crazy. Like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, is this where I after? Yeah, of course. Like, you've been here. Like, you know what's up. Like, and I'm just like, but this is so. And finally, I was telling them, hey, what's up, you guys? To who just joined in. Hi, how are you guys doing? And so I'm grabbing them and tap the screen a couple of times. That gives it a like. If you could please give the live stream a like. If you're in here, that would be awesome. So, all right. So I'm out of body and I wanted to stay. And I knew that I had a limited amount of time before I would have to return back to my body. I could feel it. I had probably about a good 10 more minutes. I'm like, but I want to stay. Okay, hold on. Something just happened with my connection. Just went out. I've never seen the screen highlight like this before. Ever. It says very bad connection and my whole screen just lit up red. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Better now. I just turned on Wi-Fi. Is this better? God dang, that was weird. Maybe I'm not supposed to tell this story. Okay, 3 times. If I'm going to start with this story again. If something weird happens on the 3rd time, I'm just going to be like, you know what? I ain't sharing this story. So it's not even a long story. Is this better now? Can you see me okay now? All right, cool. Because my signal is like strong. I've got 4 bars and I've never seen it do that before. And I've been live on here quite a few times. Well, I'll say, hey, what's up to you guys? Hi, Tinkerbell. Hi, Aptos. Aptos Vintage, what drew you to this channel? Hi, Crown. Hi, See-Through. Dang, how do I have trolls and barely anybody in here? Okay, hold on. Or not trolls, but like people like acting weird, saying some weird stuff. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get to the story. All right, so I went out of body years and years ago. And when I went out of body years and years ago, I wanted to stay on the other side. I'm grabbing people. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is real. It was just as real as the physical world, more real because all of my senses were even better. And I wanted to stay. I was going back and forth between my body and there. And I could tell I only had about 5 or 10 more minutes before I had to come back into my body. And I was like, well, you know, can I stay basically? And they're like, well, yeah, if you want to. And I'm like, well, how do I stay over here? Or what do I need to do? Or, you know, and they said, well, you know, how will I go if I stay over here? And they said, brain aneurysm. I didn't know what the heck that was. I didn't know what that was. I'd never heard of that before. And so I'm going back and forth to my body. I'm like, oh, I want to stay here. We were outside. It was beautiful. It was like a garden. All right. And they didn't seem to care too much about what was going on here. And so as I'm going back and forth, and I told them, like, well, how many more years or whatever. And I'm like, well, 60 years tops at that point. I'm like, well, that's a drop in a bucket. I can do that, compared to eternity. It's like, yeah, might as well. And I'm going back and forth. And as I'm going back to my body, I could tell my body was in a lot of pain. And I could feel the worst headache ever imaginable. It's like, and I don't get headaches at all. But this was like crazy. It felt like swelling, pressure. Like, it was really bad. And I was like, it hurts. And they're like, oh, don't worry. Just give it about a couple more minutes and you won't feel the pain anymore. You can stay over here. They said, don't worry. The pain will go away in a couple of minutes and then you can stay over here with us. Like, it's not a big deal. They didn't care. These people are going hard. That's the third account. I had like a dozen people in here. That's the third flipping account that just came in and started spamming the chat. Like, they coordinated it. Why is this particular channel such a big, like, why is there so much coordinated action on this particular channel? It's weird. I kind of wanted this to be like a normal YouTube channel. Not one where I have all this like weird stuff going on. All right. Ugh. I might go live on the other platform and just put a video on here because y'all are acting like really weird over here. Or should I just turn off chat? I might turn off chat in a minute. Trust me, I do not care. Hold on. Actually, let me set this up really quick. I'm going to put some moderation in place. Give me just a minute and I'll tell the rest of the story. Okay, all right. Oh, dang, I didn't have that set. Okay. The moderation should help. I'll feel better in just a minute. Okay, let me set that. I thought this was odd. I thought this was saved, my moderation, but I guess it was not. All right. So we're good now. Because I'm like, we're not dealing with that. Like, I'd rather just turn the chat off. I'm trying to finish the story. I'm going to start the story from a little bit further back. Okay, so when I was out of body, I was having an amazing time. I was going back and forth between my body and out of body. I've been astral projecting for a long time, since I've been like a little kid. And this one was really special because I actually told them I wanted to stay. I had never done that before. And they said I could. But they said I would go through a brain aneurysm. I had no idea what that was. And when I returned, finally at the very end, I was like, I felt like it was kind of cruel if I just let myself go of a brain aneurysm like that, because the pain was really bad. And even though I wasn't in my body, I felt a lot of compassion for my physical body that's here now. I was like, that's so sad. Like, it's a perfectly healthy body. Like, I don't want to do it like that. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to come back. So, and they're like, all right, like, they didn't care too much about some of the stuff that we might care about here. I'll put it like that. And so I decided to come back. And when I came back, it started subsiding. The first thing I did was look up on the internet what a brain aneurysm was. I didn't even know how to spell it. I had never heard of it. And it turned out I had had all of the symptoms. I was having the symptoms of it. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. But the most interesting thing about that OBE is the fact that they didn't, at least in this case, they didn't care about Earth at all. I know that in a lot of New Age, there's so much focus about the Earth and this huge mission and the Earth being super important. Every time I've been out of body, it's been like the Earth is just like kind of like, just like if you are about to go visit like a park or something, and the park shuts down, and you're like, oh, okay, there's other parks. Oh, thank you, Abdos. I feel like, did I see you on my other page? Or is this the only page that you follow of mine? So, oh, and if you're in here, if you haven't already, please click the like button, or you can tap the screen twice and that will activate like, I believe. Let me see. Oh, it won't let me do it from in here anymore. It used to. All right, anyways. So, but yeah, that was really interesting. But Earth is not, at least in my experience, from going out of body and stuff like that, Earth, this particular dimension, not that important. But, I always tell, people, focus on your soul, staying present, staying above all things positive, and don't let whatever's going on in the world make you dark. I've been noticing that the last few days, especially, I've been noticing definitely an uptick in a lot of people who feel like they've been getting dark because of the world, or feel like they are... Oh, thank you, Tinkerbell. They feel like they're getting dark. They feel like they're getting sad, or because of things going on. And the biggest thing that I'm noticing right now is that there are some people that feel like they're doing something wrong if they're not dark, that they're not with the program. One of the biggest areas you'll notice this is when it comes to love right now. It's almost like it's been an attack. And I'm not like super fuzzy, warm and fuzzy, but I'm noticing there are certain people who feel almost like it's childish to believe in love, or to believe in good things happen for good people, or to believe in positive stuff. And those people are feeling like they're not doing something right if they don't join the program of just be dark and be upset. And every time the economy is not always super great, a lot of times people get kind of in a naysayer mode, but don't let that affect you. And if it does help, I do have 5 degrees, including 1 in economics. Things are a little bit slower right now, but that's just how it goes. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. And every time it's down, people feel like this is it. If you just go, that's the one good thing about taking an economics class. If you haven't taken economics 101, at least take that. Take microeconomics first. And what you may find is when you kind of start seeing the ebbs and flows, like the cycles and things like that, the peaks and troughs, I think it's pronounced, you don't get as stressed out about certain things. Because you kind of, like, the best example is the stock market. I folded one time. A few years back, I bought all of this really good stock, right? I shouldn't have told anybody. I should have just been, because it turned out the stock I bought was really good. But I told a bunch of people, and they're like, you bought that stock? Oh, that's risky. You spent how much? Because I put a lot of, not a lot, but like more money than, I put quite, some money in there. And I won't say the name of the companies, but big companies. I don't know. Did I get a Google Alphabet stock? I probably did. I think, no, I was going to. I didn't get Alphabet. Sorry. But I did get a bunch of cool stocks. And I told a bunch of people, and it was like crazy. It was like the day that I told a bunch of people that I bought all these stocks, and I felt like, I don't know, if you haven't bought a stock, buy one. It's going to completely change how you feel and how you, like, there's something about owning a stock where you start to feel like you're just like this business tycoon, right? You could have one stock of Apple, like one share, and you will start to feel like the biggest business tycoon. It's like a little buzz that goes on for a minute. And so I bought some stocks. Should I say it? I guess I'll say it. I bought like Netflix was one. I bought a bunch of other ones. Okay. Bigger companies than that. So the next day, I think it was, there was a stock market crash. And I just told all these people because I think that day the stocks that went up really good. And I'm like, I just made $50 overnight just from owning the stock. Shouldn't I do that? And so the next day it crashed. And so like I lost $150. And it's like I should have just known that, hey, it happens. Relax, walk away. Don't worry. Just leave the stocks. You're going to leave them there for the next few years anyways. No, I sat there glued to the Dow index, looking at every move. And I knew these were solid stocks, but I just was glued to it. And then I'm just watching it go up and down and up and down and up and down. It was during that time where everybody was buying, well, never mind. I don't want to drop names just in case. I don't want them to, yeah. So I then go through and after about a week of this, complete distress, studying the stock market, and they said this was an unexplainable crash. They said that they hadn't seen one like this before. They don't know what caused it. That was not helping for me. I'm all doom and gloom. So I go through it. I just sell them all, right? So I end up losing like $1,500, I think. That was so dumb. Of course, like a month or 2 months later, it recovered. And not only does it recover, it didn't double, but it felt like it doubled. It's like if I would have left my money in there, it would have gone up by like, I would have had extra $1,100, $1,200, which for me, that's a big deal. For the stock, for a first time stock person, that would have been a big deal. But I didn't leave them. I sold them all. Now it turns out afterwards, one of the stocks went so high that it's like extremely expensive to get in again. So I'd have to spend quite a bit of money just to get that one stock that I got for really cheap. Like, I'll give you one example. I went to get Amazon when it was still at $700. So I went to get Amazon when it was at 700. Asked a bunch of people who don't know anything about stocks, what do you guys think? Oh, I don't think stocks are a good idea. That's risky. Common sense. Amazon. Now, if you don't know, I don't know how much Amazon is right now. Maybe don't tell me. I'll get upset. But last time I checked, probably around 4,000 or something per share. But so I didn't get it when it was at 700. At 800, I didn't get it. But I did get it when it was around like 850. And I got like a bunch of them. The moral of the story is, for you guys, is to say, if things start to slow down with the economy, don't get stressed out. Things go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. And, for fun, if you want, go take a college course in microeconomics and it'll give you some peace of mind. Now, I had already had that course, but I don't know. Something about stocks. It's kind of like, it was my first time. It happens. It happens. I didn't lose that much, but the moral story is don't get too much in your head and get too stressed out. Let me see what you guys said. Yeah, a lot of people have a very similar story to that app does. Um, and I can relate to that. I can relate to that as well. Yep. Oh, did you answer my question earlier, app does? Is this the only channel of mine that you follow? Because I feel like I've seen you before somewhere else. Um, but yeah, don't get too stressed about the economy and stuff like that. You know, just do the best that you can. And um, and there's a lot of good things you can do if it's a little bit slower. I'm saying that because I was hearing some news today about a lot of people being a little stressed about that, a little worried about that. But the biggest thing that I have been noticing is there are people that are starting to get kind of dark or jaded. They did a study and found that Gen Z is more miserable, I guess the word is, than any time in recorded recent history. And I know it's easier said than done, but you know, the most important thing is if you don't work out already, you know, work out, exercise, eat healthy. It sounds boring and practical, but it works. Do the best that you can. And also something else that I've been doing that I think that may be helpful for you as well is go to a park. Like find a beautiful park or a lake or a pond, just like how you used to love parks when you were a little kid. Like just allow yourself to go to a park and just do whatever you want. Just explore, walk around, you know, check out. Just, I know it's a little boring, but you know, just go check out stuff and walk around. Oh, they've got a tennis court here. And something about when I went to the park, I saw a group of guys. They're probably, you know, they weren't like young, but they weren't, you know, older. And multi-ethnic. It was like 30, like maybe 12 people. And they were playing basketball. No, volleyball. There was a girl there as well. And they were having the time of their lives. And they were so happy and they were so peaceful. And it was so different than what you see on TV and in the media. And when I saw that, it's just being around that and just nature. Even though I was kind of like, I don't want to go to a park, it did actually help. It helps. And so, like, treat yourself like a little kid. You wouldn't force a little kid to, like, not be able to go to the park or to not be able to go outside, right? If a little kid was staying inside all the time and was miserable, you'd be like, you're going to the park, right? Treat yourself the same way. Make yourself go to the park, go to the pond, go to the lake. I'm going to keep saying that, even if it's not the most exciting in terms of being, you know, I'm not going to give you guys any fake stuff. And to everybody that's joined in, please tap the screen twice. Give this live stream a like. Don't be a shadow viewer. Let's see. You said Amazon. Huh? No, Amazon shouldn't be. Oh, did they split it? I haven't paid attention to Amazon stocks in a long time. Did they do a split? Because last time I checked, they had said they weren't going to do a split. It shouldn't be that low, though. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. But, yeah, treat yourself like a little kid. Like, what I've been doing, you know, plan maybe one fun activity for yourself a month. Like, some people do it, a lot of people don't. Like, kayaking could be one. I don't know why that's really coming to mind right now. Going to the park, but something easy, not something that's going to turn into like a full job where you have to, like, not fishing, you got to load all this stuff. Like, something you would take a little kid to do. Something that's lightweight. A park, a beach, a pond, going to a camping spot, lighting some marshmallows with some hot chocolate, or just like something that like would be really fun and light. I don't know your guys' age range, but this is really, really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I think we got the shadow viewers back. Oh Lord, no, I can't stand this. I'll be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my notes here, and I might come back a little later, actually. If there are no questions, I think I might come back a little bit later, because I have some interesting stuff to talk about here. Yeah, this part, my notes here get a little bit deep, so I might save some of that for later. How, Abduz, did you answer my question yet about is this the only app that you know of me on? That you've seen me on? Or channel, I mean. I'm asking it one more time. I see you, Tinkerbell. Oh, okay. Thank you, Abduz, for answering. Yeah. This morning, I realized I should have went to Laguna Beach. Should have been live streaming from Laguna Beach, but I'd probably be miserable there too. I have this big sun umbrella that I have to take around. I don't like being out in the sun too much. What about you guys? I don't like that feeling of the sun like burning right on your face because it feels gritty. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel refreshing. It feels gritty. Now, when I was in Hawaii for visiting, I loved it because the sun isn't as close or something over there. It's nice and cool over there. But here, when it's hot, even with the wind, it feels kind of gritty. And I'm like, ugh. The wind blowing, the sun right there, walking through the sand if you're on the beach, and it's tiring and you just feel all drained after like an hour. And I'm like, now I want to go home. But going to the beach is great. It's so pretty. Visually, I think that's what makes the beach great, and the smells. What's your guys' favorite beach? You said you wasted your 20s on a narcissist? I'm so sorry to hear that, and congratulations on getting away from them. Congratulations. Oh, I realized I have my gift activated too. If anybody wants to send what's it called? I don't think they do roses here, but like a coin or I forgot what I need to familiarize myself with them. Um, so yeah, because I can get kind of if it's a combination of like a shadow viewer and the shadow viewers that just sit there, they don't comment, they don't like, they don't give. I'm like, man, that's a op. You know what I mean? But a good way to show that you're not is by being supportive in any type of a way, just to show that you're like positive and not here to do some weird stuff. But yeah, I love going to the beach though. The beach is my favorite thing to do. Because like real talk, I'd rather have one person, myself, than have dozens of shadow viewers, because that's just weird. Or if I've been answering your questions for like a long time and I'm always really friendly, but then they don't like send like a gift or something, I'm like, sketch. Yeah, sometimes that can be kind of sketchy. Because they'll go do it for other people, but then they don't do it for yours, and it's like, that's weird. Especially if they're like, oh, you helped me so much. And then you have those people, they're like, your video, like, you changed my life, you're really helpful. And then the next day or the next week, they'll like curse you out and say like, op. Or at least that's not an op, but it acts like one. I've been live now for about 30 minutes. Oh no, Tinkerbell, you're fine. Noptus, you're fine. Yeah, and then the people that are shadow viewers, sometimes they like secretly record and stuff too. And then try to do weird stuff. Okay, so I've been on for 30 minutes. I definitely stay on longer if there's you know, because I need this, we need the channel to get recommended out. So participation really counts and matters. And so I will see you guys later. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hey, everybody just joined in. Everybody just joined in. So next time I'm gonna live stream again. But next time, if you guys could please throw even like a small gift, like I don't know, 50-cent gift or whatever, just to show that you're like participating. That would be awesome. I'm not like one of those people that's gonna be like, oh, you didn't send me 20, you didn't send me 50 or 100. I'm not that person. But it just because we get some weird stuff that happens in some of these chats, I have to be a little bit more, I hope you guys have an awesome, amazing rest of the day. Thank you so much for hanging out.